I was in a lose-lose situation. Now, what came out still on top?
With Floyd? You said, what was the lose-lose situation? What you mean?
Just it was a situation that he put me in to, make me lose.
Talking about what Floyd trying to do. Gervonta Davis talking about Floyd trying to make him leave his old trainer.
Chaos broke out at an airport as Gervonta Davis reportedly confronted Floyd Mayweather surrounded by his wife and bodyguards. Floyd appeared shocked by the sudden face-off. Tension filled the area as both sides stood their ground, drawing attention from bystanders who witnessed the heated moment unfold without warning.
I know. All that bullshit.
Yeah.
Rumors of Floyd Mayweather training Gervonta Davis's upcoming opponent Lamont Roach have stirred tension in the boxing community for Davis. This isn't just another fight, it feels deeply personal. The idea that the man who once mentored him might now be in his opponent's corner has sparked feelings of betrayal. Even unconfirmed, these reports have added emotional weight to an already intense matchup, with Davis preparing to face Roach and possibly the shadow of his former mentor.
No. He almost hit you. Pass me that. Hold him. I know what y'all think I'm gonna go. I go that way for a reason. I wish the girl recorded. I wish she recorded.
Mayweather's actions over the years have raised questions about his true intentions regarding Davis's career. Though he has publicly praised Davis and wished him success, his behavior often tells a different story. One of the most controversial moments came when Floyd reportedly shared insights into Davis's fighting style with Frank Martin, another rival. Considering Mayweather's deep understanding of Davis's strengths and habits, giving that information to opponents feels like a direct contradiction of his stated support. It appears that Floyd's mentorship may have always come with hidden strings.
Young fighters, he loves to embrace guys, so what was being around talking to Floyd? Like, what has Floyd taught you about fighting? And has it made you a better fighter? Because he could tell me all day to do that shit he does. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what does being around a guy like Floyd do for you?
He could tell you, go run at 2 in the morning. Go do it when, because 9 times out of 10, we know your opponent sleep at that time. So go run at 2 in the morning and go give yourself a mental edge, because you out there working every night at 2 in the morning running. That's a lot of the times your opponent sleep. It could be little things that'll take you to the next level. That Floyd, a person like Floyd, like if he tell you that, you gonna take a lot of heave to it, and it's gonna give you a different type of motivation when you doing it. He could show you something, and it could be the same thing. You might not be able to do it like him, but just it coming from him, it'll give you like a different type of feel about yourself.
Hold up, limitless, take a stomach cap, pinning it. I fought the head.
The emotional impact on Davis during that time was undeniable. He had long trusted Floyd, not only as a promoter, but as a mentor. The realization that Mayweather might be working against him left Davis feeling deeply isolated. That kind of betrayal hits differently when it comes from someone who helped build your career. Davis wasn't just hurt professionally, he was wounded personally, forced to confront the fact that the man who once guided him might now be trying to bring him down.
He the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him, because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Floyd Mayweather recently made headlines is when he teased a new documentary project that he claims will uncover explosive details, including moments involving Davis. He hinted that the footage would expose everything behind-the-scenes secrets that have never come to light. Many see this as a final blow in the crumbling relationship between the two. Instead of private resolution, Mayweather appears ready to take their conflict public for Davis. It's a clear message that Mayweather considers their connection not just broken but over.
My documentary that's coming out. You guys gonna see 26 years of behind the scenes footage that you guys have never seen.
Calvin Ford, who has been with Davis since the beginning, didn't hold back when asked about Mayweather's decision to help Frank Martin. Ford expressed frustration and disappointment, saying that actions like these reveal a person's true nature coming from someone who's seen Davis rise from humble beginnings. Ford's reaction underscores how deeply the Mayweather situation has affected the entire team. The betrayal wasn't just Davis's to feel it echoed throughout his camp.
Another thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. You know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But at the end of the day, you know, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. I always tell you that. You should be supporting that, you know. It's a rocky road that we said what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story is going to reveal itself. You know, but again, that's how you burn bridges. Somebody said they say the true colors of a person is coming out, man. 'Cause they can't stand it. You know, calm is the. I don't like using that word calm. You know, but our Lord knows. He knows. He knows. He knows.
In a move that shocked many in the boxing world, Davis chose to speak openly about his fight earning something that had always been closely controlled under Mayweather Promotions. By revealing the financial reality he faced during that time, Davis sent a strong message. He is no longer willing to hide the truth. He noted that he had been in a financially unfair position when under Mayweather's management. This disclosure marked a turning point in his journey toward full independence.
I was in a lose-lose situation. Now,
What
came out still on top.
with Floyd? You said what was the lose-lose situation? What you mean?
Just a little situation that he put me in to, make me lose. But he thought I was gonna lose.
You talking about like a boxing match or?
Yeah, boxing match.
Ooh, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, it's fine.
Pedraza.
Who?
Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0. I was 21 at the time, and I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months. And around that time, I wasn't making that much money. I probably was making like $10,000 a fight. So 6 months is crazy to not fight, So when they came back and it was like, all right, you gotta fight. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. If you don't fight him, you're not fighting. You're sitting on the shelf. So I had to fight him. In the midst of all that happened, I got evicted. I had to sell my jewelry. So now, and remind you, I'm letting them boxers that you talking about, I'm putting them on game, letting them know what's going on. Like, see, this was happening. Like, you feel me? I'm letting these guys know. So when it be like people saying they want to fight me, it's
like, how could you, nigga? I was the one that was giving you game when I was going through it.
Yeah.
When I was at the lowest part of my career, I was telling y'all niggas how so you wouldn't have to get here. And now it's like betrayal almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so
sure.
Do you think Floyd did that intentionally?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Why? After so much time, after I guess, again, after what we think he helped you come into the game, he gave you the spotlight, like why would he try to diminish your career?
Because at that time, I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't want to bring up but it was somehow that they were saying that I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchatting me.
Okay.
She kept hitting me on the Snapchat. So they said.
Davis has not remained silent about the shifts in his relationship with Floyd. He has made it clear that behind closed doors, Mayweather's actions haven't matched his public image. Davis believes his drive to surpass Floyd's accomplishments may have stirred hidden resentment. The idea that his mentor could feel threatened by his success is painful, but Davis now sees this possibility as a driving force behind Mayweather's decisions to support his opponents.
People don't know what Floyd do. A lot of people don't know what Floyd. Everything that Floyd said right there, the chrome heart bed, the Maybach, the lawyer shit, that was all in my post.
That was you posted that. You posted that. Oh wow.
Chrome bag.
Right.
Lawyer shit. Maybach.
Oh.
He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like.
He was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd. Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Critics have often pointed out that Davis's opponents have been carefully selected, potentially shielding him from the most dangerous matchups. Some believe Mayweather played a role in shaping this narrative, controlling who Davis fought in order to maintain an undefeated record, while Davis has undeniable talent facing more elite competition. Is what will truly define his legacy. The concern is that his potential may have been limited by strategic matchmaking.
Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the most overrated fighters in the sport of boxing right now, and not because of his skills, but because of his resume, and resume does matter. In my opinion, he's a victim of what I call Terrence Crawford syndrome, where you have a really bad promoter who only wants you to fight in promotion fighters who you know that they can 100% beat. If Tank Davis wants to be great, he's going to have to fight one of the other champions in the two divisions that he fights in, 135 pounds and 140 pounds. I'm going to list off all the champions in those divisions and tell you if I think he can beat them or not. So first we got the only other full champion in 135 pounds, Shakur Stevenson. If they fought, I think Tank has a good chance of maybe knocking him out in the later rounds. But if I had to bet my house on it, I would say Shakur Stevenson would beat him in a close decision, and it would end up probably being a boring fight. But I think Shakur has the skills to beat Tank Davis over a long 12-round fight. Now we have Subriel Matias, who's a scary Terminator-like fighter who gives up the early rounds to come on later and drown you in those later rounds. But he's very stiff, and he doesn't have very good footwork at all. I think Tank Davis will probably, box his face off for most of the 12 rounds. There might be some trouble in the late rounds. But if Tank can stay out of trouble, I think this is one of the few champions that he would beat, but I don't think he would fight him. Now we have Pitbull Cruz, who Tank already beat by a close decision, and Tank beat him with a broken hand.
Mayweather has long positioned himself as a mentor to rising fighters, and his early involvement in Davis's career reflected that he offered not only guidance, but also visibility and promotional power. His experience in the ring helped elevate Davis's image. Quickly, for years, their bond seemed unbreakable, with Floyd proudly taking credit for Davis's success. That dynamic, however, has shifted as Davis has sought to define himself on his own terms.
Do you will come back to boxing?
Oh no. I'm not coming back to the sport of boxing. The sport of boxing was good to me. I was able to make a lot of smart investments on the outside, and I just want to help. Like I said, the fighters that's up and coming. Like I was talking about, like Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't understand why he's not in the top 10 pound for pound. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Benavidez. The list goes on. There's so many tough fighters out there. So many great young champions out there that I'm proud of.
Even when things were going well, Davis sometimes felt held back by Mayweather's dominance. Floyd was often in the spotlight, sometimes overshadowing Davis's achievements. Davis wanted freedom to make decisions, choose fights, and manage his own career. Leonard Ellerby, speaking from within Mayweather Promotions, confirmed that Davis was not contractually bound, reinforcing the idea that his independence was both possible and necessary. It was time for Davis to stop being a protege and start being a leader.
Some confusion. Is Tank a Mayweather Promotions fighter still? Is he not? What is his his involvement with Mayweather Promotions, or is it just all still PBC, Al Heyman?
Yeah, Tank is not signed to Mayweather Promotions.
Okay. Gotcha.
He's not signed to Mayweather Promotions. His contract ran out.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Still
But as I always say, contracts don't define relationships.
Yeah.
The tension between the two has become more visible in recent months. While Davis avoids direct attacks, his choice of words and tone make it clear he no longer views Mayweather the same way. Their once strong connection is now strained, marked by mistrust and public jabs. What began as subtle distancing has turned into a clear divide as both men navigate their futures without the bond they once shared.
He didn't know how good I was and how I would have handle the situation, so he just threw me out there. Type shit.
Why do you think
He was hurt. I mean, not even hurt. He was just bad. First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. Why the fuck would you say Terrence Crawford should fight Benavidez? That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
Who's next in line? Just so you're next in line.
Is there like
Last question, guys. Gotta wrap
is
up.
there like a love-hate Floyd? Like,
Yeah.
love the fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And
you're good, man.
And he cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
This despite all the conflict, Davis continues to show respect for Mayweather's accomplishments. He never dismissed Floyd's greatness, often stating that he has no desire to challenge him in the ring. That level of humility speaks to the foundation on which their relationship was built. Even now, Davis respects Floyd's legacy. He just no longer wants to live in its shadow. Their history is complicated, but not without admiration.
Would you fight Floyd in his prime? Like if you were to fight Floyd, like in
Don't
his prime,
fight him.
if you guys were both in the
Don't fight him. I wouldn't fight him. I mean, Floyd was good. He was top tier. I mean, me, I feel as though I could compete with any top fighter. I'm not saying me going at Floyd, but I'm saying like I feel as though my skills. I feel like my skills, and not to take nothing from Floyd, but I feel like my skills can compete with anybody that ever laced up a boxing glove.
You're crazy to watch, bro.
Davis has begun speaking more freely about how things were managed behind the scenes. He explained how certain decisions felt orchestrated and how he sometimes felt used for promotional purposes. While he doesn't deny the opportunities Mayweather gave him, Davis is now more focused on carving out his own legacy. He acknowledges what Floyd did, but he also makes it clear that he's ready to move beyond it.
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't follow him for like stand to himself and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking.
Mayweather frequently reminds the public of his impact on Davis's career. While some of those claims are accurate, they've also caused tension. Davis wants recognition not just as a product of Mayweather's mentorship, but as a fighter who earned his success through hard work and talent. The ongoing public narrative from Floyd has at times made Davis feel like a secondary figure in his own story.
Tank Davis, he was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, "You'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter." Years later, he was working with some people from our team because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket. Now he's a multi-millionaire.
With all the drama behind him, Davis now has to focus on the biggest fight ahead. The upcoming bout at Barley Center against Lamont Roach isn't just about titles, it's about pride, legacy, and proving he can stand alone. Critics may continue to doubt him just as they once doubted the greats who came before, but Davis is ready to silence them, not with words, but with power, skill, and victory in the ring. Davis that is prospering, and he's got a big fight coming up 3 weeks from now in the Barley Center in New York, in Brooklyn. New York against Lamont Roach, the 130 pounds WBA champion fighting for the 135 pounds WBA championship. Now, Gervonta Davis put out a tweet and said, This is greatness. Don't let anybody fool you or convince you otherwise. And I agree 100%, and I know that there are people that are going to come to this comment section and say, who did he fight? What did he do? Who did he fight? What did he do? If you pay attention to boxing long enough and you watch boxing long enough, you better believe you're going to hear that same question being said about every fighter in Gervonta Davis' situation. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned. Until next.